You want Washington State? Let's do it. The school was established in 1890, and early on, the team's nicknames reflected their agricultural beginnings. So they were called the Farmers or Aggies. Then in 1903, they got a new nickname, Dogs. That's right. Their first live mascot was a dog named Squirt, but 4 years later, his master graduated and took Squirt with him. Now, on October 25th, 1919, Washington State won a spirited game over Cal, and the papers said the team fought with the tenacity and courage of a Cougar. And 3 days later, Washington State adopted the nickname Cougars. From 1950 to 1955, the Cougars had a crimson helmet with a white center stripe. In 56, they switched to a white lid with crimson numbers. In 57, they go with an all-white look. And in 58, the numbers return, and this look lasts through 1959. In 1960, the Cougs go with crimson helmets and white numbers and wear this for 2 seasons. In 62, back to the white helmet and crimson numbers, and this is worn through 1963. In 64, the switch is made to gray helmets with a cougar head on the sides. Hard to tell, but it's trimmed in white. 2 years later, in 1966, the white trim was removed from the logo, and this is the look through 1967. In 1968, Wazoo goes back to a crimson helmet, but this time with a white cougar on the side of the helmet. It lasted 1 season. The next year, the helmets are made a little more red. They're blank on the right side, but have a 100 sticker on the left side to celebrate the 100th anniversary of college football. In 1970, the Cougars wear crimson helmets with black and white center stripes. W State on the right and CCC on the left. Head coach Jim Sweeney put the letters on the helmet to motivate his team. It stood for courage, cause, and confidence. In 1971, the letters were removed and W State was worn on both sides through 1975. In 76, gray helmets returned with script Cougars in crimson, white and crimson center stripes, and this is the look through 1987, with the exception of 1978 when the white was removed from the center stripe. In 1988, the center stripe is removed altogether and the face mask is now crimson. This is the main look through 1999. Now, before we go forward, I got to go backwards. This is important. In the summer of 1936, Randall Johnson, a fine arts student at Washington State, designed a logo to paint on a facilities truck. The logo rapidly gained popularity. And in 1995, for a 6-game stretch, the logo appears on the helmet for the first time. Crimson and white center stripes are worn for 3 of the games, and single crimson stripes are worn for the other 3 games with this logo. On January 1st, 1998, Washington State plays Michigan in the Rose Bowl and wears a rose on the script Cougars. Starting midway through the 1999 season, the Cougars start wearing the WSC logo on the gray helmet. It becomes a helmet they wear mostly for home games through 2007. In 2000, they also roll out a crimson helmet with white logo and face mask and wear this mostly for away games through 2015. Along this time frame, Washington State plays Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl January 1st, 2003, and wears a rose on the logo. For at least 1 game a year from 2004 through 2010, they wear throwbacks to that 88 through 99 look. In the 2008 Apple Cup game, the Cougars flip the colors, crimson helmet with script Cougars in white with a white face mask. For a big chunk of games in 2009 and 10, the Cougars roll with the 1999 to 2007 look. In 2011, they roll out a flat gray helmet with crimson logo and wear it heavily through Game 1 of 2015. For at least 2 games a season, from 2014 through 16, white helmet, crimson logo. In 2015 against Colorado, throwbacks to that 60s look. In 2016, they wore it with a crimson face mask against Cal. 4 new looks come online in 2016. Matte gray, white logo and face mask worn once in 16, 17, 19, 21, and 23. Anthracite with crimson logo and face mask worn at least once a year from 2016 through 2023, with the exception of 2020. Crimson helmet and face mask with a white logo worn at least once a year from 2016 through 23, and matte silver look with crimson logo and mask worn at least once a year from 2016 through 2019. For 1 game in 2017 and 1 game in 2023, white helmet with gray logo and mask. For at least one game a year since 2017, except for 2020, anthracite helmet with white logo and mask. For at least one game a year from 2017 through 2023, except for 2021, white helmet with crimson logo and mask. 2017 through 2023, they used the look they'd used from 2000 through 2015. For at least one game a year from 2018 through 2022, except for 2020, the helmet used from 2014 through 16. In the Apple Cup game in 2018 and 2023, the script Cougars helmet. For one game in 2019 and 21 and 3 games in 22, this look was used. In 2020 against Utah, white helmet with black logo. For at least one game a year from 21 through 23, the same look from that 16 to 19 stretch. In 2023 against Utah, the Cougars lean all the way into their Wazoo moniker with a crimson helmet that says Wazoo. Then against Colorado, they roll out a black lid with crimson Wazoo and mask. That's Washington State. Who's next? Follow Hooked on Helmets.